In today's environments, the users treat their desktop computers like a piece of property that they own, something that they want to personalize, tailor to their own needs. This includes changing things like the look and feel. For example, the way the start menu looks, the way the fonts are displayed, even things like the wallpaper, placing pictures of their families and loved ones on the background. After all, this is a piece of equipment that they use every day. It's a piece of equipment that is the tool of their trade. Personalization is important to the user. It's probably safe to assume that the user considers their desktop their own personal property, like it belongs to them rather than their company. The users will typically set up their applications to suit their working styles. Simple things like changing the Internet Explorer homepage or the way the Internet Explorer displays pages is important to the user. They use it every day. Installing applications, plugins, and additions. These are all important to personalizing the user experience. What is especially important to a user, though, is that the way their desktop looks today is the way that they expect it to look tomorrow. On their next login, all that personalization should be preserved. When an organization chooses to use XenDesktop technology, things change. The users are now using a central and shared image. This image contains no personalization. After all, it's something that they don't own. It's something they don't physically have access to. When the user logs on to a XenDesktop, they expect to make the same changes that they would to their normal desktop. They expect to set the wallpaper again, containing pictures of their family. More importantly, when the user logs off and back on again, they expect these settings to be saved. In a shared environment, however, that is not the case. This is a new session, a new desktop, maybe even a new machine. All the settings that were made before are no longer stored. The sessions reverted as it was before they even logged on. In such environments, user environment management is essential. User environment management is responsible for preserving the user's preferences, taking it with the user wherever they go. In a large environment, however, user environment management is near impossible. The sheer number of users to manage and the problems that it comes with prevents many organizations from rolling this out. Where a large number of virtual machines are used, virtual desktops have to be implemented and preserved. The amount of data associated with that is both costly and impossible to manage. Because of these limitations, many organizations choose not to implement user environment management. But without user environment management, the desktop is not personal. If users can't personalize their desktop, selling solutions like XenDesktop becomes exceptionally difficult. There are alternatives available to organizations. Technologies such as login scripts is commonly used in environments. However, when environments are typically large, these login scripts quickly grow to be both unmanageable, and when errors occur, troubleshooting can become a nightmare. Group policy can be equally as challenging. With a myriad of controls, abilities, and a varying flexible rules base, group policy is typically very difficult to implement successfully. AppSense Environment Manager is a single and complete solution giving total user environment management. With a simple-to-use user interface and a large list of features, Environment Manager is very easy and very simple to use. Each step is guided by a wizard, taking the administrator through what they need to do. AppSense has an exceptionally granular rules base, which allows configuration to get very flexible and tailored to pretty much any environment. Features such as registry hiving makes preserving the user's settings a simple click of the mouse. Ultimately, this means the desktop is personal again. User preferences can be saved, and that sense of ownership can return. This makes selling XenDesktop a whole lot easier. When the user logs on, the desktop they had yesterday is exactly the same as today.